For our performance task, we are asked by our professor to interview an overseas Filipino worker, or shortly an OFW, who is now here at the Philippines. And it just happens that my brother just come back from work. So, if you wouldn't mind it, let me introduce him to you. Today, I'm here with my brother for an interview. May I ask you some questions for my OFW interview project?
Yeah, sure, of course.
Could you please state your name and age?
My name is Reggie Roque and I'm 29 years old.
Can I ask what do you do for a living?
I'm a seafarer for about 5 years in international vessels.
What are the countries that you visited in your line of work?
We've been in many different countries and I'm certain that we have visited countries from all the 7 continents, and as a seafarer we used to live like that.
For how many years have you been working overseas?
That's for about 5 years, but most of the time in 1 year we stay about 6 to 9 months on board per year, and since we are contractual, we stay only for a few months. That's
Why did you choose to be an OFW?
actually the number one reason is to earn dollars, of course, and that's the number one reason why we go abroad.
So salary. What are the pros and cons of being an OFW?
Pros and cons. For that, I think, and I'm certain that the salary is higher, of course, than those work here in local, and also you can visit and tour in other countries, and see the world for free. Sure, but then the sad part of it is you need to leave your loved ones and families in the Philippines. You wake up each day knowing that sometimes they are in the other side of the earth.
What are the most common problems that an OFW might encounter, or especially you, the problems that you've encountered while working overseas?
For me, I think it's racism. There's so many races, especially when you work with white people, white guys, and they underestimate Filipinos most of the time. Sometimes, or some of them even called us monkeys, you know that? Although not all of them practice racism, but most of them.
How or what are the things that you've done to cope up with those problems, like your problems with racism?
I think just show your best. I think just show them and prove them that they were wrong. Just show your best in your job, in whatever you're doing there, and prove them that we as Filipinos are as better as them.
That's right. If you were given a chance, would you continue to work overseas or just stay here in the Philippines and work in local?
Work locally. If I have enough capital for business, then there's no reason to work abroad. Or if I can have a job with the same salary in abroad, then I am certain I'll grab it for sure.
Oh. Do you have any advice for those who wants to work abroad or overseas?
That's a good question. I think they should be prepared mentally, physically, and emotionally.
That's all I would like to ask from you. Thank you for taking up on this interview.
Sure, my pleasure.
보고 싶다